Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
Every year we make resolutions to lose weight and get in shape. And the truth is, it's hard, even with diet and exercise, because of toxic food in our environment that is stressing our bodies more than ever before. Working with experts in nutrition and biochemistry, I found that super high-quality nutraceuticals, in addition to my diet and exercise, were the answers that synergistically worked. I could see the drastic changes every day with the amount of weight I've lost, my increased stamina, and more of a twinkle in my eye. That's why we are now so excited to launch the InfoWars Life Resolution Pack, combining 3 essential formulations: oxygen-based cleanser Oxy Powder, the Secret 12 bioavailable vitamin B12, and your choice of Super Female or Super Male Vitality. Now all available at a discounted price to you and your family to bring in the new year and make 2015 a true success. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. 2015 is the year to do it, and it all starts at InfoWarsLife.com. For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com and to help others during Christmas by teaching them about the powerful benefits of silver. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. Waging war on corruption. It's Alex Jones.
We're going to take a few phone calls at the end of this segment and the next with our guests with your specific comments or questions about fixing sports. Sports is the dominant cultural system worldwide. Hitler used the Olympics to control much of the planet and to sell himself as a great guy in 1936. It is being used as a weaponized system. I like golf, even though I don't play a lot of golf, because you at least can go do it for your life. You're on the green out there. It's something where it's about you and your friends. But when it gets into professional sports, watching Lance Armstrong or watching the NFL, it gets sick. And then the characters are always such sickening narcissists. I'm tired of it. And then it's all dirty and it's just men moping around in the jerseys they wear, and that's the only identity they've got. I run into so many listeners that are wearing football jerseys and love the show. So it's not bad. I'm not saying you're bad if you like it. I'm saying we're too obsessed with it and not the real world. I criticize video game people. Well, I went and played video games today with my kids in an arcade. But we don't do it 5 hours a day. That's all I'm saying, is that it's sick. Now, I want to give Brian the floor. Here's the number 877-789-ALEX. The Sunday number is a different number than the weekday number. 877-789-2539. I mean, all these plays that are so obviously not right, all these calls, that could be billions being made there if the fix is in. And believe me, it's institutionalized, ladies and gentlemen. 877-789-ALEX. Am I saying these refs did that? No. But we know it's going on. 877-789-2539. Brian, you've got the floor. Break down some of the known cases of fraud, especially in soccer, and stuff that's been really suspicious to you that you've seen in the last year, and any more intel you've gotten from the FBI files.
Well, I think you're right. I mean, I think if you look around the world, again, you have soccer that's incredibly corrupt. I mean, from FIFA, the organization, on down to the games themselves. You have corruption in tennis, professional tennis, which is the second most bet upon sport in the world. You have cricket leagues, which are incredibly corrupt. Rugby, which has had match fixing allegations. You've had it everywhere around the world except here in the United States. And that's where I find it very interesting and very questionable as to how it could go on everywhere but here, supposedly. And that's what caused me to write this book, Larceny Games, my newer book.
Let's talk about larceny games, yeah.
Yeah, I went to the FBI and I obtained through the Freedom of Information Act every file the FBI had related to game fixing. And it amounted to well over 400 files. And I broke them down in the course of the book. And what I learned is that the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NBA, all had numerous allegations of fixed games. And this goes from the 60s on through the 1980s when the files kind of dissipate and fall apart. And the thing that worried me was the fact that the FBI realized, especially in the case of the NFL was covering this stuff up. And they were doing it. They were able to do it through their security divisions, which a lot of fans have heard about, in regards to the
which are made up of former FBI.
Exactly, former FBI guys, former CIA, DEA, Secret Service, law enforcement officials. They basically, the ones that the NFL or these leagues would hire, would go to the current ones and basically tell them to back off. The league will handle it. It's a league matter, and the FBI would back off. And that's how they would allow themselves to cover these things up, and then the media would never get a whiff of it. So it was all done in-house. It was all controlled in-house. And nobody learned about all these scandals. And trust me, there were numerous ones that should have been discovered that never made the press.
Keep going.
Well, I mean, you even look at a game like today. I mean, like I said, people are probably up in arms over the Cowboys-Packers game, and they were up in arms last week about the Lions and Cowboys games. And the fact is, I mean, I've been watching the NFL since I was a little kid. I no longer know what a catch is. I don't know what a touchdown is. I don't know what a penalty is, because the NFL and other leagues as well have kind of micromanaged themselves. And they've done it in the very same way that the government kind of has. It's like as soon as they see some little tiny problem, they decide they need legislation that covers that and basically overdoes it. And that's what the NFL has done, to the point where now I think, like I say, fans don't know what a catch is or isn't. And that's what happens. That's what causes a lot of this controversy. And that's what also allows the NFL a lot of wiggle room in order to do what they may want to do manipulation-wise, is because if you don't know what a catch is, because you don't understand the definitions, and the definitions are so convoluted.
They leave a big gray area.
It's a huge gray area. So one week they could say what looks like a catch isn't a catch because of X, Y, and Z. And then that similar catch is ruled not a catch because of, some other reason. I mean, they can do it any way they want to do it. And the fans have to accept it because they're, judge, jury, and executioner.
Well, that's just like fractional reserve banking and money manipulation or high-frequency trading. They claim it's somewhat legal, but only select firms have it. It's siphoning billions off of other people's profits a day, and it plays with just very small numbers in a margin, but you put it together, it ends up changing the entire outcome of corporate mergers, pension fund stability, ratings of countries. I mean, you start manipulating in those small areas, it builds up.
Well, and that's all you have to do is, you could take one play, one seemingly insignificant play, or sometimes one extremely significant play, and rule it one way or the other, and you alter the outcome of that game. It doesn't mean you have to have everybody involved in some giant conspiracy and fix. If you can get to one referee, if you can get to one player, and you can make one little play go this way or that way, you can alter the outcome of games. And it could be done for gambling purposes, or it could be done on a league level to institute, certain rules. It could be done to make sure certain teams win. It could be done to extend certain storylines. So the NFL or the NBA make more money because more people are watching, because they're more interested in this team as opposed to that team, even though the team that lost may be the actual better team. The game that was manipulated to make sure LeBron makes it to the finals or Tom Brady makes it to the Super Bowl or what have you. That's what they're trying to sell, and that's what's going to make them more money.
He's the author of The Fix Is In. The website's thefixisin.net. Find both his books there, Amazon.com, bookstores everywhere. Larceny Games is the new one that I want to read. In fact, I'm going to order one because I want to read about these FBI files, understand how they block the FBI. So many times the FBI does investigate things, and then they get blocked by higher-ups. It is just incredible how it's like the FBI is two different organizations. The grassroots doing a really good job, and then higher-ups just time and time again block everything they're doing.
Well, and that's what happened in these files. I mean, I found it just utterly shocking because, first of all, it's amazing how much of the stuff was still redacted 50 years later or 30 years later. But it's also just shocking to the fact that, this was an investigation into a fixed football game or numerous fixed football games, whichever file you wanted to look at. And yet, the FBI would be blocked by higher up. The base level guys, the agents who were doing a good job, were doing, a solid investigative work, they would get squashed. And even one file specifically says that, written by the agents, that says the NFL was whitewashing what they were doing to make sure the NFL looked good. That's the way that league operated in the 60s. That's the way the league operates today. Now they just had, the former director of the FBI said, Roger Goodell did not see the abuse tape of Ray Rice. Everything was good with the NFL. It's all free and clear. Well, a lot of fans, they don't believe it. They don't buy it yet. They have the power to affect things. They have the power to stop watching. They have the power to affect the pocketbook of the NFL to make them change. But yet fans are almost too addicted to the sport to do that because they keep tuning in week after week and buying what the NFL is selling.
Well, look, when I grew up in Dallas with the Von Erichs and all the regional wrestling, that was right as Ventura and Hulk and all of them were coming, I would watch it as a joke, but then even my friends would get mad when I said, it's fake. You don't hit somebody over the chair and not put them in a coma or kill them. I knew that when I was 7 years old. They didn't. Their parents told them it was real. I guess they told them Santa Claus was real, too. But would you say from seeing the files that go back over 50 years up until they basically locked them down, is professional sports getting more like WWE, professional wrestling, totally staged? Or is it becoming less? Is the corruption getting worse? Is the fakeness getting worse? Or is it pretty much the same?
I think it's getting worse because I think of the television's influence of it all. I think that's, they wrote, there was a famous guy named Bernie Parrish, who was a former NFL player. He wrote a book in which he said when the networks bought into the NFL, it felt like the networks bought the NFL and controlled it and ran it for their own purposes.
Well, sure, that's like reality TV. I've been involved in a bunch of it, and it's fake. It's staged. I refuse. Well, I've been offered over 30 big shows, with contracts. I won't do it because it's fake. They want me to act like a clown and do a bunch of fake stuff. And they tell people on the TV, this is real. This really happened. We'll be right back, folks. Stay with us. We'll be coming back. Your calls.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle